What about the two big oil companies, Exxon and Chevron, today? Both of them drags on the Dow right now.
I know that Mike won't want to hear this, but I'm done with fossil fuels. They're done. Yeah, they're just done. We're starting to see divestment all over the world. We're starting to see the companies disregard them as, big pension funds saying, listen, we're not going to own them anymore. It doesn't
you think
matter
that's the biggest thing holding these guys back, and not necessarily just oil production here in the United States?
Absolutely.
Protesters disrupted the annual Harvard-Yale football game in Connecticut today. Some 150 students from both schools stormed the field at halftime, delaying the game for nearly an hour. They're demanding the universities drop their investments in fossil fuel companies that students say contribute to climate change.
They simply invaded the field and stopped the game. You're probably going to see this kind of thing again because of all the publicity that the climate protest has generated by stopping the game. It's going to happen again, isn't it?
It's a fight taking the national stage, and a fight Creighton University students say they're not backing down from.
We have not seen the same level of academic rigor and substance in the university's response to us.
They want a conversation that delves into the specifics of why the university has chosen not to start divesting.
So until we see the data in the contrary, we will continue to push our cause forward.
On your side in Omaha.
These people, these Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez worshiping nincompoops, these students are out there protesting, holding signs, saying we need to have a zero carbon footprint. I bet most of them threw their signs right on the ground and littered, junked up the place after their little protest.
The students say in previous meetings with the school's leadership they have been sent away to do more research, but without the information they need to do it. They're hoping the president will be forthcoming tomorrow about how much of the school's endowment is invested in fossil fuel. And we asked to speak to the president today. We're told that he doesn't have a comment at this time.
The 2013 University of Oxford study showed that university endowments in the United States have on average 2% exposure to fossil fuels. At 10.6% exposure, Creighton appears to be investing in fossil fuels 5.3 times more than the national average.
I would like to ask you, Dr. Woodley, or anyone in this panel, if you have read a single study which concludes that divestment would lead to a decrease in returns that was not funded by an oil and gas lobbying firm.
If they choose not to side with the consensus amongst peer-reviewed literature, as well as the warnings of leading financial experts, then at a minimum, they give a well-reasoned explanation why.
If a university like Creighton continues to invest in fossil fuels, it's really somewhat hypocritical. If you don't divest, that says, well, I'm accepting reality. I'm accepting the fact that fossil fuels are going to continue to power the world and to grow. Well, that's throwing in the towel. That's telling young people, forget it, we've given up.
Shares of ExxonMobil sitting near a decade low. And Goldman Sachs downgrades it today to a sell. They cut the price target to $59. It's our call of the day. Nobody owns Exxon here? Lucky people.
The world's turned on them. And it's actually kind of happening very quickly. You're seeing divestiture by a lot of different funds. It's going to be a parade. It's going to be a parade that says, look, these are tobacco, and we're not going to own them.
Wow. That's a really tough stream to swim against.
They're tobacco.
That's the case.
I think they're tobacco. We're in a new world. And some of us can be tried kicking and screaming that you can believe that can be the case, but they're tobacco.
If you want to go supply and demand and pulling oil out of the ground from here to eternity, well, then the stocks may work. But if no one buys them regardless, who cares?
Speaking of financials, guys, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink's annual letter out this morning, and the world's largest asset manager announcing the firm will make climate change a focus of all of its investment strategy. Fink's annual letter to CEOs is also the subject of my Deal Book column this morning. In that letter, Fink writes, quote, "The evidence on climate risk is compelling investors to reassess core assumptions of modern finance." He also says in the near future, and sooner than most anticipate, there will be a significant reallocation of capital.
In fall, when I was at the UN, in fall when I was at the IMF, and all my travels, 3 times to China, every conversation whether it was 20% or 100%, was related to how should I think about climate change in my portfolio? Or how should, I met with governments, even governments in the Middle East. In every area, Andrew, more and more people are asking us, how should they be more prepared? Under ERISA and maximization of return, we believe a portfolio that focuses on sustainability and climate change will be a portfolio that outperforms.
The University of Dayton making a big push for the environment, announcing today it's following Catholic social teachings and divesting coal and fossil fuels from its $607 million investment pool. Dayton is the first Catholic university to do this, and the school has a plan that it won't be the last.
Above all else, get real about your mission integrity. As a nonprofit, our fiduciary duty extends beyond investment returns. When divestment came up for a full vote at the board, I commented, I can't support or be part of an institution that doesn't have integrity around its mission. Otherwise, why are we here?